Good morning, everybody. Let's do a forecast. Let's see what's going on. Got on the daily. The daily MAC is up. Weekly MAC is down. But dang, look at those 2 weeks. Boom, boom. Probably get some continuation there, I'd imagine. Or at least, something like this. A little signal of hesitation. But that's really strong. Daily could push the weekly up into an uptrend. You get the 4 hour here starting a downward slope. Don't like that too much. You got one tick of downward slope. Could go ahead and shake that off if it really wanted to. We are now above the 50 SMA daily. Now, often when we got below the 50 SMA daily, we had resistance at the 21. Maybe not at the 50 once we had resistance at the 20. But it's not every day we see it just blow past. I mean, I guess this is an example. We had a gap down push, then a push, then a push again. But like I said, we're well not well over, we're just sitting above the 50 now. On the dailies, the daily SMAs. The 5 is now above the 20, which is what I like to see for a sustained move on the daily. So that's great. I think we probably should back test the 5 for some support, but oh well. We got a little bit of this indecision on the 30-minute 1050 QQQ. Coming back test the 50 could go ahead and push off today. We've got the 30 starting a cross up, and the 1 hour perhaps ready to kind of turn back up. And we got 3 waves of pullback, which were just indicator reset. So perhaps that goes and pushes the 4 hour into an uptrend. The indicator reset plays out on the 1. And then pretty bullish pre-market, right? We got the 15 up, 5 up, 2 up. Pretty bullish. Let's go ahead and get these black. Alright, so now we're definitely over like top downs and stuff. We definitely have gotten to probably the +2 here, so pretty close there. I'm sure this has worked its way. Yeah, so got there pre. Now pre, we're looking at that being pretty dang high. So is that pre-market looking pretty good. Again, we got the 15 up, 5 up, 2 up, 30 crossing up. 1 hour potentially could go ahead and cross up. I think that looks pretty good. The daily's in and up. The weekly could flip to an up. I think we're seeing a lot of bullishness here. I think people are very afraid here. The question is really just, has public sentiment swapped enough that they're going to go ahead and actually give us a short? SPY on the 30, I mean, we're now above the +1 distribution of the all-time high. Obviously, in a buy signal, we've barely gotten any pullbacks. We haven't pulled back to the original buy signal VWAPs. We barely have pulled back to continuations. Right? I mean, it's pretty nuts. From the bottom there, bottom here. Didn't actually touch that pre-market, but now we're grinding up. The pre-market is not much lower, only 6 points on ES. Yeah, I'll start taking a look at the VIX too. I mean, VIX, obviously pretty cheap, says the 30-minute, but now it's in a steady downtrend. I mean, gap up and now steady downtrend, kind of digging away at the gap. I don't really know how VIX gaps like that work too much. Is it gonna reject like this one, then gap down and then reject the build? or will it actually? I should put some session breaks on here. Really does it 30. Let's save that to our template too. So when it gaps up on a day like this, I'd just be finding one example. There's no point. But the question is, does it dig into this gap more? Or does it actually reverse and keep going with the uptrend? Not totally sure. I mean, we're now below zero on the 5-minute MAC. 30-minute MAC is kind of headed down. So let's go ahead back to our anchors. We're now at the +1 here. Now if I go ahead and let's put an all-time high anchor, and we are way above it. Now the upper distribution does have a chance to tag here, so that's something. I'm going to leave this anchor here. I think the important anchors are going to be these. I mean, this is a data candle, got the perfect bounce. Got the continuation throughout the day, got the pump here, now the pre-market bounce. And now I think we could come all the way back down for a live tag of this one. But I don't think we really need to, So what am I really looking for here? I mean, we can't chase this long. I mean, that's for sure and obvious. But if it comes back down into this area below, I mean, let's draw out that 5-minute data candle. Six, 166. It's close enough. We are now approaching that 423. We're probably going to get above it. I think some targets here could be the perhaps like the 50% between the 423 and the 666. But I mean, we could hopefully see some pullback around here. That would be the ideal scenario. Let's draw out fib between these zones. Move my anchor. We're getting pulls up the anchor. All the way to here to where we broke out. Bunch of higher lows, so now we're above that. Pushing here, we could go up to this it's 161 here. Crack out a new little high. Get the slight gap up push. That would bring us up. I mean, that's a lot. That's 100 points though. It's 100 points, which would be almost $3 here. So we're looking at just about like maybe there, which digs into this gap but doesn't fill it. We could certainly go ahead and fill this gap, no doubt about that. We've got this candle here. Let's actually sync that globally. Hit it with a lock. So I think that's definitely possible. I mean, that would be a pretty crazy Monday, but it's possible. So I pretty much don't really want to short at much really at this point. I think we could go ahead and run the 15 into this uptrend. I think they could go ahead and turn the 1 hour here. I think the 30 is already kind of turning. So I'd be, I think, looking for longs here, but I usually don't like Mondays. So we'll see how that works. But I'm going to go ahead and place my zones. I think I'd be tentatively looking for longs in this area. I don't, we shouldn't get back down to here, but if we get all the way back down to there, okay. But I'd be looking for longs in this area. I don't want to break pre-market low. And if this doesn't work, I think like down here has a chance. Really, I'm going to pull this up. You know, like I'd be looking for long somewhere around here, and if that doesn't work, I'd be looking for something around here. And I think the highest, I mean, we can go today is like up here. I mean, I really don't think I'm gonna get up here. Like I said, Mondays are usually not my best days. So we're gonna see, but I think I would. I think I'm looking for longs. I don't think I want to short this momentum. We are pretty high. It does seem like an obvious short. So if I come back on my end of day review and I'm like, wow, the short was obvious, then maybe I should just, trust the structure a bit more, and we'll see about that. But as of right now, I'm looking for something like this to push us out. So we're gonna see how that works out. I think we could come up to, yeah, I mean, the 161 here. So maybe I'll draw a red there as well. I mean, that would be 130 points up, so about $3. So let's draw a red zone about like $3 up. So to do 175, so $3 up there, 485, 72, 478, 70ish, something like this perhaps. And yeah, I mean, if we just totally turn bearish, that'll be a bit surprising, but we'll see. And yeah, I think that does it. We are into the, we are near the plus 2 VWAP, but we're not actually getting there yet. So I think that's kind of good for the continued pressure. And we'll see what happens. I'll check back in the end of the review, remembering Mondays Mondays usually aren't my good day. I think I come back from the weekend like, what the fuck does the market do again? But we're going to see. I mean, this is clearly bullish, and we're going to see if that holds up.